Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Slipstream EU. Today we are here again with the ECC8 Week 5. We are here with the league play, and today we are in Division 1.1. It is Blizzard Wizards versus PaMaDo. Two very good teams, two teams on somewhat decent form. PaMaDo, they lost 3-0 last game to Zero Mercy, but they, of course, are first place in the league. Always going to be a difficult team to beat. And then Blizzard Wizards, they won 3-1 in the last game versus DSEA Red Sun. I am not alone today. No. I am joined by Herbie. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Pleasure to be here for this Division 1.1 match. As you mentioned, these two teams on fairly different spurts of form at the moment, with Blizzard Wizards on that favourable 3-1 record, but certainly a little way to go if they're to catch up to the Titans at the top of the table in Zero Mercy and Dagesparten. And PaMaDo, just the one win this season and only 3 individual game wins, which stands out to me as not the best of highlights, but they've still got plenty of to do that.
Okay, yeah, sorry, we're just experiencing a few technical issues there. Nothing wrong with that, no. Okay, so I believe just before Herbie started lagging a tiny bit there, he was saying that PaMaDo are currently on a 1-3 record right now, which is not the greatest. And to be fair, you can sort of see why when you look at the specific stats. I mean, we're looking at the players have got Clogno and Christoph on goal. They're on 3 goals between them, which isn't that great, to be honest. I mean, they need to be doing a lot more than that on the goal scoring charts if they want to be doing anything in this league. They need to be picking up. They need to be getting that 1-3 record going up. Blizzard Wizards, on the other hand, they are doing extremely well on the goal scoring front. Serenity has Serenity has 14 goals to his name. Trizzleton has 13, I believe, and Charm is on 5. The assists are spread through the whole of the team and the saves as well. They have been absolutely brilliant this season. I think it's going to be a very difficult game for PaMaDo, but Blizzard Wizards, for me, they are going to take this one. I'm not sure how they're going to do it or how easy it will be, but I do still think PaMaDo will put up a fight.
Yeah, for sure. Both of these teams have got it in them to win this series, but you have to mark Blizzard Wizards as the favourites in this one. It's a very pivotal moment of the season for both of these teams, you could argue. We are about at the halfway point, some teams just over halfway, most teams just under halfway. And of course, Division 1, very competitive. Formerly the second highest division in the league, now the third highest division, but the quality is still very much there. As a Rocket Sundays main myself, I can point out Stool Sample as a team in this tier that I recognise on their 1-3 record, despite being one of the best teams in our league. Really speaks to the quality of this division. And we've got a false start here. What's going on there?
So one of the players didn't join there. We're going to have to quit the lobby. Everything's going wrong right now. This really is not a good start. Please hold in there, chat. We're sorry about that. We're just going to get the lobby restarted, hopefully. All the players can get back in. Well, I guess we've got to keep rambling on for a tiny bit longer. We looked like we were ready to go ahead there. Is there any specific players in this matchup, Herbie, that you could certainly say that we've got to look out for? Possibly a potential man of the match, really, somebody who's played well in the last few games.
Well, the Blizzard Wizards roster is of higher MMR with a 1694 average, so I'd have to go for Serenity to maybe produce some magic in this series for their team. It's a 3-player roster, so you can usually expect some strong chemistry from that. With a couple of substitutes in your roster, sometimes the rotation can throw a team off their game a little bit, but this roster is clearly locked in. They're performing strongly, and they've got a very good chance today.
Yeah, very strong chance indeed. the question for me is whether PaMaDo can begin to pick up on their rather poor results that they've had of late. Like I mentioned earlier on, they lost 3-0 to Zero Mercy. And yes, Zero Mercy are first place, so it's always going to be an extremely difficult match. But you also have to work a lot more. I'm sure they would have gone away with that game. When you're playing against top of the league, it's kind of the best way to see what you need to work on, because they'll pick it apart with ease at times. And PaMaDo should have gone out of that game after that sweep that they fell victim to. They should have gone out of that game, watched the replays, and picked out all the tiny little details that they needed to improve on. And hopefully we can see that going into this game against Blizzard Wizards. But Blizzard Wizards are, of course, an extremely good team, third in the standings right now. So we're up there with Zero Mercy, but they've just got that one loss to the name, which separates them and the two. We are also having technical issues from Serenity, so it's really good to know that it's not just on our side. This is extremely good to hear. But Chiselton, Charm, and Serenity, that 3-player roster that we were talking about, with Serenity having technical issues, it might not be too good in this sort of kind of current situation that we are in.
Well, this time lucky perhaps, but for PaMaDo, the underdogs in this series will be looking for a quick performance for them from game one. We want to see high pressure from the off, control those mid boosts, because when you know the other team is very skillful and they're up there in the standings, I think you want to throw them off their game a little bit, because ultimately, once you get out there onto the pitch, it's still just two Rocket League teams playing against each other. And if you can begin to maybe get some demos in there and make them feel the heat a little bit, get the first couple of goals of game one, and suddenly it's an entirely different series.
Yeah, I really do have to feel like if PaMaDo get a really, really strong start here, then it might give them a bit of hope. They need to focus on the creativity as well, because it seems like they're lacking in the assists area too. It's not being too strong, but at the same time, when they've played against the kind of teams that they have played against, I think they've all been in that top half. And again, they're coming up against Blizzard Wizards. They're in the top half too, as we finally look to be getting underway here. It's going to be another difficult game, but if they can begin to pick apart the Blizzard Wizards defense, we could see an upset. And an upset is something that I always like to see. We are finally underway. That is a very good kickoff there for Blizzard Wizards, but nobody could get to it, and it's now floating down into their own half. Clognon trying to take it forward for PaMaDo. He bumps Serenity off the ball, and there is a shot there, but it's straight at Charlton, and he makes an early save.
Charm's going to get this ball back on the right wing, but demoed for their troubles there by Christoph. Janus will put this one up to the left wing, but sent straight back by the Blizzard Wizards as they look to carve out the first goal scoring opportunity. Serenity banks this one off the corner, looking for Charm, who gets the extra touch on the crossover, and Serenity will follow it up, but they don't have a sight of goal yet. Clognon gets this one forwards, but Christoph just misses on the follow-up attempt. No boost for Clognon in midfield, so here comes Charm the other way, as we get some ping-pong between the two teams here in midfield, but no goal just yet. Drizzletan into the middle, and Serenity misses wide of the post, and Charm, another one that goes just wide. Blizzard Wizards knocking on the door.
Yeah, that was the best chance of the game so far. Just a minute in, we could have seen the opening goal hit on the post and then hit onto the crossbar, and Serenity makes another save for the Blizzard Wizards there. It's ironically been PaMaDo with the, not necessarily the better chances, but the chances that have found themselves actually on target. Blizzard Wizards have been forced to make 2 saves, one from Serenity and one from Charm, and Serenity is the one who's looking to play it forward there, and that one is just yet another shot that has fallen off the crossbar. The finished product has not been there in the early stages of this game for either team, and that touch is not what you want to see from Christoph there, just sending it back into his own half, but that was much better that time from Justin Just.
Yeah, I would say whilst the game is scoreless, this certainly favours PaMaDo a little bit. You'll be wondering when it's going to come back to bite Blizzard Wizards, these misses. They've had more of the possession. They might have a chance here, but Clognon is ready on the goal line to make the save. Christoph will drag this one up the right wing, looking to get it central, dragging it down towards the net, but Charm was equal to that challenge. Clognon will bank it off the sidewall back into the middle, but Serenity stops that one. Jonas will follow this one up over into the offensive third, where Drizzletan is there to receive it. PaMaDo just cranking up the pressure themselves a little bit here, but as I say that, Blizzard Wizards look for a quick counter. Clognon without boost here, looks for Janus, gets the pass into the middle, but Charm is on hand to clear that one. Still no goal here as we're approaching the halfway point of game one.
Still no goal, and you've got to feel that the couple times that Clognom has been left with 0 boosts and just slowed down the attack. If he had boosted both the major situations, it would have been a really good chance, and that was an incredibly good drop there, but it didn't find its way to another PaMaDo player. But Clognom, he has found himself in good situations, just being left without the boost because Blizzard Wizards are being very boost heavy right now. And here he is again. This time he does have the boost. He's trying to go for the solo play. Charm makes the block. Just Janas trying to play it forward. Serenity is there. Christoph again putting the block off of that. It's just end to end right now. It's going from one player then finding itself with the opposition. It's ping pong right now, I believe you said earlier. And you've got to agree with that. Sorry, it's literally going one way then the other every single time. And there's another good chance here for Blizzard Wizards after another failed PaMaDo attack. Serenity trying to get the double touch, and he does get it, but he gets another touch which makes him save the shot himself.
Yeah, these one-on-one challenges not really working for either team at the moment. That's a fantastic save from Christoph. A shot that was hardly any distance away from the goal, but they were equal to it. They now have a chance to go the other way. PaMaDo and Trizzletan has missed this, and Jonas is in there to score the first goal of the series, and it's come for PaMaDo.
But yeah, there we go. It has come for PaMaDo. They were often knocking on the door, and they finally opened the scoring. It wasn't the really good start to the game that I was mentioning earlier, but they have got a good start to this series. It's 1-0 up, and there's only 1:20 left in the game, which you can say is a long time, but when it's been 0-0 for the majority of the game, you have to feel like the momentum is going to stay on their side, and they may just be wanting to hold on to this lead. We might see a really good defensive performance now as that one is sent forward. Christoph is there trying to find yet another shot. 1 minute left on the clock. Blizzard Wizards are still 1-0 down after a really good, well-worked PaMaDo goal. Will we see an equaliser?
Clognom here from the corner misses this, and Blizzard might have their chance immediately. Serenity dunks this one down into the net. Fantastic play from them to level the game, as it didn't really look like a chance to begin with, but Trizzletan was there on hand in plenty of space and just picked the pass off the backboard perfectly.
Well, that's definitely answered my question. I asked whether we'd find the equaliser. It is Serenity. He's had a really good game so far, 3 saves to his name, and of course the important goal that has equalised the game for Blizzard Wizards. And with not too long left on the clock, we could see an overtime unless Serenity can play it into the middle, and Charm is there. That is an extremely well worked goal, and it is that man against Serenity doing all the work. He touches it onto the corner and plays it into the middle where Charm was waiting.
Serenity involved in both goals for the Blizzard Wizards. It's not over yet for PaMaDo, even though they've let their 1-goal advantage slip away. There's still 34 seconds to go. They've got to keep their focus. They do have time for this equaliser. They're straightforward onto the attack here. Clognom lays the ball off, but Christoph had to follow up on it late. They'll put it back into the corner for Clognom, and Trizzletan sent that one away over to the corner where they look for the pinch and get it out as far as the halfway line. Jonas to follow this one up once they've picked up the 100 boost, but it's a good aerial clearance from Trizzletan. Christoph meets this one into the danger area, but Serenity says no thanks. Clears this one as we're into the final 5 seconds of the game now. Last chance for PaMaDo to find the equaliser, and that is not the best of balls into the corner. Jonas misses on this one. Christoph in there for Clognom, and this is Rocket League goal, ties the game up for PaMaDo.
The buzzer beater to make it 2-2. I thought that just Janas missing that ball there as it went up into the air, I thought that was it, it's game over, but I can't remember who it was. I think it was Christoph or Clognom maybe, who sent it straight back into the middle, and then it was found there. There were the player waiting to find the finish, and that goal sends us into overtime at 2-2. We still have not got a winner in the first game. That was a brilliant bit of final third play there. They kept the pressure up even when I thought it was game over. They kept it going, and they found the all-important goal that kept them in the game.
The emotions are going to be running high for PaMaDo at the moment as they have a chance to score the next goal and win this one in overtime. When they look down and out, Clognom into the centre it goes. Serenity is up there to make the clearance, and they follow it up very nicely onto the sidewall, but it's intercepted by Jonas here. Trizzletan makes this clearance off the ceiling, and Christoph will come in to make the interception themselves. Looking for the bumps there with PaMaDo, but Clognom will have it instead, and Trizzletan gets this one into the centre, as neither team has really been able to fashion out a good quality opportunity so far in overtime.
Yeah, we saw in the early stages of the game, pre-overtime, it took us 3.5 minutes to find the opening goal, and then all of a sudden we had 4 goals in the final. Oh my god, what a bump! Janas got the bump on the final man who was waiting in net with what would have been an easy save. That is a brilliant play. Christoph just sent it down the middle, and Janas got a perfect bump, and it is that team, PaMaDo, the underdogs in this matchup, that find themselves 1-0 up in the series after a brilliant game 1.
Yes, I don't think either of us, any of the players or anyone in the chat could have predicted the finish to that first game of the series. Blizzard Wizards looked to be on top after retaking the lead with the 2-1 scoreline, but PaMaDo stuck at it. They found the equaliser, and as you mentioned, a sensational bump there by Jonas to win the game for PaMaDo. Defender on the goal line never saw it coming, and I'm very excited to see what comes in the rest of the series now. Both of these teams looked very good in the later stages of that game.
Yeah, it was the latter stages where they really began to pick it up. Both teams really started to play a lot faster, a lot more precise as well, with the speed that they began to play with. You saw more attacking from both sides. You had to see even better defending, and it was often awkward at times for either team, but it was Blizzard Wizards with just a few seconds left. They were 2-1 up in the game, and you thought, okay, that's it, that's done. Blizzard Wizards expectedly have won the first game, but PaMaDo, they score a 0-second equalizer, and with that momentum, they went on and they scored in overtime after a brilliantly worked goal. It was a extremely good bump from Janas that allowed Christoph to just shoot into an open net, and they found themselves 3-2 up come the final whistle, and they're 1-0 up on the series now.
Yeah, absolutely. Momentum is going to be massively in favour of PaMaDo at the moment, because it's not just the way that they won that series, but the fashion in which they accomplished it. That first game should have been in the hands of Blizzard Wizards. They'll be wondering how they let that equaliser slip away from them, and they've got to be very careful not to go behind early on in this one if they are to retain their status as the overall favourites to win this series.
Well, yeah, Blizzard Wizards are 3rd in the standings right now. PaMaDo are 8th in the standings, but it does not feel that way with the way that they kept a cool head in the final stages of last game, but all of that is irrelevant now as they get a really good start here. It is Blizzard Wizards who find the lead. That was a really good play from Serenity again. He was the main source of goals for Blizzard Wizards in last game, and he gets another assist, another goal contribution, and Trizzletown manages to play that one away for a really good start for Blizzard Wizards.
Clognon was up there looking for the double tap off the backboard, but didn't get the second touch they were hoping for. Trizzletown went up for the clear, but Jonas said no. Serenity this time does get it out. They've been huge for Blizzard Wizards so far in this series, as you mentioned, and there is a shot from distance by Charm, hitting the post, and Serenity went in for the follow-up but didn't get the contact. Trizzletown instead ran into a defender in the middle, and Charm looked to follow it up. Jonas got this one off the ceiling. Might be a chance here for PaMaDo as Christoph lays that one off for Clognon very nicely, hits the crossbar, but Christoph is on hand to capitalise and tie the game.
You could have said that there needed to be better defensive positioning, but Trizzleton just didn't expect that ball to hit the crossbar off the Clognon attempt. Serenity went up to try and challenge it, but it was already down and past him, and then the crossbar just made it so awkward for Trizzleton, who was waiting in the centre of the goal. And Christoph, just like he did at the latter stage of last game, he scores again in this one and gets an important goal for PaMaDo.
Clognon all the way over the halfway line, one defender to beat, and they pinch it past him into the corner. Support now coming from Christoph, and that's actually on target and goes all the way into the net. As powerful as that was, I'm thinking Serenity should have saved that one, but PaMaDo won't care a jot. They're up 2-1.
Yeah, it's looking, I mean, that was a very awkward pinch, a very awkward shot. Serenity did not expect that, I am sure. It would have just been that natural panicking moment that you can't have at the top of, well, at the highest of high levels. Division 1.1 is not a low-level league by any means, and Serenity making up for his arguable mistake in the last goal and equalising here and getting yet another goal involvement. It is that man again.
Yeah, just the one save between these two teams at the moment, but 4 goals on the board, less than 2 minutes into this game. There might even be a fifth here as Serenity carries the ball into the danger area, and Charm and Trizzletan, and it's 3-2 to Blizzard Wizards. What is going on here?
Well, that's goal number 3, and it took absolutely all 3 of them to have an attempt for it to finally find its way into the bottom right-hand side. Trizzleton with a very, very good shot there. Serenity will be annoyed that maybe Charm didn't finish his chance, and Serenity could have had another assist on the board, but they find themselves in the lead. So saying that, I don't think he'll actually be too bothered at all, and there could be another one here. Serenity popping that up, trying to 50 again, but Christoph, who's playing extremely well in this second game, he gets an important touch away, but it is Charm keeping the pressure up, playing it into the middle, and that's a really good touch from Tristan. But Christoph again is there, and it's falling all the way back into the Blizzard's half.
So we are now 2 minutes into this game, but it's a 1-goal lead for the Blizzard Wizards at the moment, who really do need this win to get back into the series, and now they've opened up a 2-goal lead, and you're going to be asking questions of PaMaDo at this point. Exchanging goals is all well and good if you can keep yourself close, but now down by 2, Blizzard Wizards certainly looking the better side at the moment.
Yeah, they're looking the better side, and at the same time, it's just goals that you really shouldn't be conceding there in areas that are easily defendable for PaMaDo, but they're just making it awkward for themselves. They're overcommitting and overstretching it. Practically every single ball, you see 2 of them there. Why? There is no need for the double commit there. And then Janas, he was just coming all the way. That wasn't it, Janas, sorry, my apologies. That was Clognomy. He came all the way from the opposite side to get a ball when there was already the other 2 players on his team there together. It's just making it awkward. It allows, if they do lose out on the 50, it just allows Blizzard Wizards to attack just like this. And that one is just trickling into an open net. It's too easy right now for Blizzard Wizards.
Yeah, we talked about Serenity being the main attacking threat for Blizzard Wizards, but as we've been discussing these goals going in, most of them have come from Trizzletan, involved in all 5 so far, scoring 4, and Blizzard Wizards look to be pulling away in this game now. What you can say for PaMaDo is they've still got plenty of time to get back into this. We know they're capable of scoring high-quality goals, but the shots on target are noticeably veering off in favour of Blizzard Wizards at the moment, 10-4.
Yeah, they could get even more goals. Serenity is just trying to rub salt into the wounds. He's trying to find even more goals and just get the stats up really at this point. You can't see too much coming out for PaMaDo in this game, but they do always have game 3 to try and come back and make a better statement. But saying that, there is still 1 minute and 45 left in the game. That is plenty of time to go and get another one, but that one is just over the crossbar. I was going to say, when you're missing easy blocks like that, it's always going to be easy for the opposition to score, which Blizzard Wizards nearly did. And Trizzleton going for it again. He's trying to get the double touch. It just goes over him, and Charm doesn't get as much power as he would have liked, but the chance is still there.
Blizzard Wizards really stringing together the passing plays here as they bag themselves another one. All 6 of their goals have come off assists in this game, and that's a really impressive response to losing that first game of the series. If we were doubting their levels of performance, they're certainly reaching them here, as we got 1:20 to go. PaMaDo have been a bit lost ever since they scored their second goal of the game. They really could do with a consolation goal, or even a couple of consolation goals, and Jonas looks for that, but hits the crossbar as Charm deflected it off the upright.
Yeah, you've got to feel bad for this PaMaDo roster. Christoph has done an extremely good game. It's just the other 2 players on the roster, they've not necessarily been as strong as what they could have done. Christoph has also been often being positioned in a really good area to receive a pass or even to block a shot, and then you just see the other 2, Janas there with another awkward touch. They're just coming and not ruining it as such, but just putting him off or just making it extremely awkward, and that's another goal there. Another one for Serenity this time. 2 goals and 2 assists in this game. It's just pure demolition right now. 43 seconds and we could still see 10.
Yeah, the Blizzard Wizards have bagged themselves 18 shots on target, a very impressive total in response to their Game 1 defeat. On the side of PaMaDo, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, of course. The fashion in which they won Game 1 will have been very exciting and the emotions would have been running high for them. Maybe they just lacked focus in this second game of the series, thinking, oh, we're 1-0 up. Maybe this isn't going to be as difficult as we thought. Well, Blizzard Wizards have certainly responded in kind with a strong performance of their own. PaMaDo might have a goal back here as Trizzletan deflects this one off the backboard. Clognon went up for it, but there was a bit of a double commit from PaMaDo, and that prevented them from getting anything on it as we're into the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, the final 10 seconds in it. Looks like we might see another constellation. We do. There is a goal. There is a bit of hope. That is a good momentum goal, actually, for PaMaDo. They score in the final stages of this game, similar to last game, but compared to last game, it's not going to mean anything at all, except it's just another goal on the board. And like I said, it could be good momentum for next game. If they end this one strong, they could start next one strong too.
And they will finish game 2 with the final say on the scoreboard. And we'll see if that can affect their performance heading into the next one. Of course, it's a 1-1 series. They're still very much in this, but if they continue to allow shots against at that rate, things are going to be very difficult for them in the remainder of the series.
I mean, yeah, how many shots did they have there? Did they concede, what, 18 shots? If not more, that is, yeah, it's 18 shots Blizzard Wizards had, and PaMaDo only had 6 to then. And so there was a 12-shot difference. I'm sure you can understand why Blizzard Wizards actually managed to get the 7 goals that they did. But PaMaDo, actual positioning-wise and rotation-wise, it just wasn't there by any means. It was rather poor, in my honest opinion. They were always together. They were never. It looked like, in my honest opinion, that they just weren't communicating at all. There wasn't any sort of communication because there were 2 players going for the same ball, and then out of nowhere, the third one would show up and they'd go for that same ball that the other 2 are already going for, or they'd just rotate and overstretch from one side of the field all the way to the other to get a ball that could easily be gathered by another player. PaMaDo, they just need to improve so much in this third game if they want to take even more from it, and if they want to take this specific game, and then we can go into game 4 and they could be on match point. But right now it looks like Blizzard Wizards will be the ones going through, especially if they continue like they did last game.
But PaMaDo might have the first goal here as Christoph put a shot on target, which was deflected aside by Trizzletan, who looks over the top and scores the opening goal of the game for Blizzard Wizards. And I got to say, it's a let-off for them once again, because where are the defenders there for PaMaDo? That shot is powerful, but it's come from a long way out, and at this level, you've simply got to be saving that.
Yeah, Clognon, he was there waiting for the ball to just drop to him, even though you could clearly tell that Trizzleton was going to get up to that one and just play it all the way over him. The best thing he could do in that situation is just go back to net and protect the net and protect any shot that might come your way, but instead he tried to go for the ball and it just left him with an open net. It left Trizzleton with an open net to shoot in, and everybody was left stranded, and it's 1-0 now. Just heading into the opening minute of the game, nearly at that point now. It is Blizzard Wizards in the lead. PaMaDo are trying to get something out of it, but again, it's just not been too impressive so far, and it seems like it's going to be similar to last game in the early stages of this one.
Well, not so in the sense of goals scored in total. By this point of the previous game, it was 2-2. PaMaDo only down by 1 at the moment. Certainly not getting away from them yet on the scoreboard, but they're going to need to create some more opportunities of their own. Jonas will look for this block, but Charm pinches it into the middle, and Serenity is on hand to touch this one home. And now it is 2-0, and there will be questions asked of PaMaDo again, as there are 2 players pinching out to the right mid boost there, leaving just Clognon back on their own, and though they got a touch on it, it was not enough.
We said it beforehand, before we entered this game 3, we did say that there were constantly 2 players going for that same ball, or even the same boost, which happened then, and it's just not good enough rotation wise. They need to be doing so much better, and like you said, Clognon was left on his own. There's not too much he can do, especially when Serenity's coming at him just like that, and I feel like it's going to be another high scoring game, especially when Blizzard Wizards are connecting the passes as well as they are now, but that one unfortunately doesn't come to anything. Serenity can try and find the shot, but Christoph does get the block on it. Charm again trying to go for it. He gets a really good wave dash, a really good touch, and Janas has to make that save there, which he did do very well, and it's now going into the Blizzard Wizards half. There is a chance for Christoph. He gets the touch, but it's nowhere towards the goal.
Clognon tosses the beanbag across the face of the goal, but nobody there to receive it in the middle. Christoph will get possession back in the corner, dodges a demo attempt from Charm, but there might still be a shot on for Blizzard Wizards. Nicely cleared out to the wing by Clognon. In for Jonas now. PaMaDo may have something to say for themselves here as they put a shot off the crossbar, and Clognon was not quite close enough to get the follow-up opportunity. Trizzletan now across the face of the goal again. This one cleared the length of the pitch by Clognon. Charm has it all to do, but they do get a clearance out to the back right corner, which Serenity will follow up. They've got Trizzletan to their left, but they miss on the extra touch. Blizzard Wizards just overplaying a little bit there, but you can understand the confidence is high. They may still have their opportunity as Christoph has made an awkward clearance, but Clognon gets this over to the right mid, where Jonas is ready to follow it up, but still PaMaDo, they've had more possession in the last minute or so, but they're not creating much.
Yeah, they're trying to get into the game. And before the series start, I also mentioned that there needs to be more creativity from PaMaDo, because right now the numbers show that the creativity just isn't there. And they're not scoring there, and then therefore they're not assisting. And it all comes down to the creativity, because at the end of the day, you can't do everything with one person. So you can't just rely on one person to take it forward and score. And Clognon is just missing yet another easy ball there. And it's now possession with Blizzard Wizards again. But like you said, PaMaDo are slowly growing into the game, and it feels like it's going to be too little too late. They're slowly growing into it and slowly gaining more possession and more confidence, but you need to see it in the early stages. Serenity tried to play that one back down. It was a really good touch, but unfortunately Charm was just too far away, and that one again. Really good touch, this time Clognon managing to get yet another touch and another 50, and that one's sent all the way back, and Christoph is there to clean up potentially with the shot on target, but Charm makes a save, sorry.
And we've got less than 1 minute to go now. It is still a 2-goal lead for Blizzard Wizards. This is very much doable for PaMaDo, but it's a matter of actually creating these chances and finding the goals and not just being competitive in the game. And they've got the ball exactly where they don't want it at the moment, in their defensive third. Christoph is up to make this clear, and it banks off the backboard favourably for Jonas, who gets it further forwards, but Trizzletan is the first to this loose ball as we're into the last 30 seconds now. Jonas will have it back again in the corner, but it's Charm's possession instead. Christoph launches it forward looking for their teammate, but Serenity, with that high press for Blizzard Wizards, making the interception again, staying up looking for the shot, but no touch, and Charm will keep it alive instead. Trizzletan, and it's all Blizzard Wizards at this stage of the game as we're into the last 10 seconds. They look in no danger of throwing away their advantage, more likely to add to it. And it's a controlled performance from them in Game 3. Not as spectacular as the previous one, but they've done exactly what they needed to do to take the series lead.
There we go, that ball has finally dropped. It is Blizzard Wizards taking the game again. They are taking it 2-0 this time. It wasn't as convincing this game compared to the 7-3 in the last game, but it's still enough. To their name. When they're just playing that poorly, you've kind of got to expect Blizzard Wizards to take the game, which they did 2-0. Two important goals as well. Serenity and Trizzleton, again, they've been a regular source of goals in this series so far. We are going into the next game. Match point for Blizzard Wizards, but PaMaDo, they still do have a chance to come back and take us into a Game 5.
We are looking forward to seeing what PaMaDo can create in this one. We know they're capable of a strong performance. They put it up in the first game of the series, but they're going to have to do it another 2 times to take this series victory away from Blizzard Wizards, who have returned to form since the opening game. And we're here in Utopia Coliseum now to see if they can get themselves back into contention.
Yeah, when you talk about important games, this Game 4 is one of the most important ones from PaMaDo. It can be make or break for the season. If they win this one, and then they go on and win Game 5, but Christoph with a miss like that, that's really not the kind of start you want to be having. If they go and start on really well, really early, they could go and take the game, and then of course if they win the Game 5, they do take the series. But right now it is Blizzard Wizards on match point, and they nearly started off very well, nearly found themselves a goal. There's another chance here, Charm just taking that one off Serenity. It seemed like a relatively easy chance for Serenity, but Charm decided to take it straight off him, and he's going ahead again. Serenity trying to play it forward, but Christoph again with another block.
Jonas now on the halfway line, but immediately blocked down by Charm, who races forward into the corner. Might get a pass into the middle, but this one will fall nicely for Trizzletan, who cuts it across for Serenity and back for Trizzletan. And that would have been a superb two-man passing play had it come off, but didn't convert into a shot on target in the end. PaMaDo stay alive for now. They may even get a shot of their own here as Jonas look to follow up on their air drag attempt. They bank it into the corner and Serenity clears up to the halfway line, but Clognom is there. Rotation maybe looking a little bit better for PaMaDo. I'm not seeing so many double commits in this one. It might play nicely for them as Clognom goes up for the shot. Christoph follows it up. It will bank off the backboard and Clognom has a chance to get it back into the middle. But they've got 3 up here. They're not going to be made to pay the price just yet as it stays 0-0.
Yeah, 0-0, and it's a really good game so far, end to end, looking like either team can get forward and either team can score. And you've definitely got to say that PaMaDo really have had the better chances, to be honest. And it's just whether they can take them. And this one is a really good chance, but that one comes off of the crossbar and the post.
Yeah, you sense that the Blizzard Wizards, they've got a goal in them at some point, and well, there is the caster's curse coming up clutch for the Blizzard Wizards as they take the first goal of game 4 of this series rather. As PaMaDo, well, they had 5 shots on target, but a couple of crossbars among them. They really needed to be putting 1 or 2 of those home if they were to have a strong chance of winning this game. They're now down by 1 again, and well, they've spent a lot of time since game 1 behind.
Yeah, and well, we're just over 2 minutes in now, looking to go forward and try to get another a goal. Sorry, it was PaMaDo who were trying to get the goal, and now they're on the defensive zone. They're trying to take this one forward and trying to counter yet again, but just not able to do it. And they're on the defensive path again and again. The shot just isn't there, but the creativity is, and it's just unfortunate that they can't get another. And it's going into the Blizzard Wizards half. Clognom is there, waiting. He's there, they're lurking, but that is a really, really good shot clearance from Charm. Sorry.
Christoph gets us as far as the halfway line where Trizzletan is on hand to send it back and beats 2 players in the corner. This is going to come into the centre for Charm, who banks it off the ceiling, and Serenity was there, but Jonas made the all-important stop for PaMaDo that keeps them 1 goal down. Jonas will then float one on goal from distance, which Charm sends straight back. Clognom will have to deflect that one away into the corner, and Christoph clears, but only as far as Serenity. Blizzard Wizards are knocking on the PaMaDo door again. Will they have a second? It's Trizzletan, and they just miss as they look to cut it into the net at a tight angle.
Yeah, they nearly found another, and Charm is going for the special there. He's trying to take the ceiling shot. Serenity again keeping the pressure up, and Trizzletan this one sending it back into the middle. Nobody there to receive it. Serenity again back into the middle, and again he's there ready to cut him off. Trizzletan going up for it. He needs to take it past Christoph here. He's trying to get the touch in again. There is Charm there. He gets it back into the middle again, and that was just intermittent pressure. They weren't letting it go, and now there is finally a chance for PaMaDo to attack.
But all 3 PaMaDo players were there on that wing, and that really didn't play into their favour as Blizzard Wizards nearly had a goal on the counter-attack. Trizzletan gets this one over the halfway line. Jonas has no boost, but just about dodges the on-rushing attacker. Serenity to shoot here as we're into the final minute. Blizzard Wizards, if they get a second goal, I think this series may well be done and dusted. It's just been one of those tightly contested game 4s. And unfortunately for PaMaDo, Trizzletan has banked in another one. 557 points for Trizzletan in this game, with 3 saves and involvements in both goals.
Yeah, 52 seconds left. 2-0 on the board. It looks like it's game over right now for PaMaDo. They look down and out, but if they get an early goal after this kickoff, then we could see hopes go up. But Serenity is looking to finish this one off, and Jonas sending it to Christoph. Christoph back into the middle. Clognom trying to send it forward again. Jonas again, he is there trying to get the attack, but Trizzletan gets a bump. Clognom getting the touch. Christoph is there, but he flies straight past it, and Charm trying to get the clear, but again Jonas is there. Clognom needs to go up for this. If he can play it down, get the shot on target, which he does. 2-1 with 25 seconds left, and this is an important 25 seconds for PaMaDo.
Well, PaMaDo, they have been better in this game for, on the whole. They've generated 9 shots on target, which is certainly an improvement on their previous 2 games, but they are still down by a goal here in the final 25 seconds. Can they get themselves level? They don't look too likely from their current position as Blizzard Wizards cranking the screw in the offensive third. PaMaDo have got to get a powerful clearance in there, and Christoph sends it over to the left wing for Jonas, who gets over the halfway line, but Trizzletan sends it straight back. PaMaDo need an offensive outlet, and they're not going to get it here as Blizzard Wizards seal the deal with their 3rd goal of the game, the first of the game for Serenity, and that is a fantastic pass into the middle from Charm, beating Christoph to that loose ball off the backboard.
Well, at 2-1, you expected a really strong final few seconds from PaMaDo, but they just cracked under pressure yet again, and Blizzard Wizards do take the... and it's absolutely brilliant from them.
Well, PaMaDo, certainly they had pieces of a strong team in that series, but they couldn't put them together to produce a complete performance. Their game 1 will be one that they can remember. Of course, heading into this series, they had just the 1 win overall on the season and the 3 individual game wins, but they have now done something that they failed to do in their 3 previous defeats, and that's win an individual game in a series loss. And there's a lot that you can take from that. Of course, Blizzard Wizards, they're going to move on to a 4-1 record. Very strong performance for them. For PaMaDo, you can say, well, at least we did get that game 1. It was a very good game. We can produce that level of performance. We now just need to go away, work on our game, watch the replays, and think about how we can make it happen 4 games in a row. And I think Simdog is not with us at the moment. So we have got one more match coming up for you this evening. It is from the Vortex, the highest tier of ECC competition. 1-2-FARQ versus Dark Cats. That's coming up at 8 Central European time, so don't go anywhere.